Hello. Good.
I'll show you an area that I just noticed yesterday. I was out here yesterday because I knew you were coming. I didn't think I had any issues in the front yard.
Okay.
But I've been watching, and I didn't send pictures of this or talk about this. But I've been watching this area. This right here.
This is drought related. All this.
It is not related.
Drought related.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And there's a couple things. I don't remember if you remember talking about mowing the grass too tall.
Yeah.
See, what's happened is when you Bermuda is supposed to be mowed a lot shorter, and what happens is it's laying over, and then this when it lays over, it sits on top of the ground, and then it can't get air, water, and all the stuff it needs.
Right.
And so, but you have the bald cypress over here, so you can't mow any shorter.
Exactly. You talked about that to me.
Right. And with these, you can mow shorter over here. We had rain 2 weeks ago. So if we were before the 2 weeks ago, I could take a probe and we could do the difference between this area and this area, and we can see the difference, right?
Okay.
But since it rained 2 weeks ago, and I live in Burleson, and you're close enough to me, I got plenty of rain. Did you get plenty of rain 2 weeks ago?
You know, I don't exactly know how much it was. It seems like it rained for like 2 days, but it was just a nice, gentle.
It was a soaking rain.
Yeah, it was a soaking rain.
Yeah.
But see, here's the thing that is weird to me is there's a pattern.
Mm-hmm.
It goes right here.
Yep.
And right here.
My guess is that when I've seen this 20-something years I've been managing lawns,
right.
the irrigation, your pop-up heads are going to be here. And when you maintain the grass too tall, sometimes when it pops up, it doesn't clear the grass and it doesn't get the water it needs in the areas that you want.
Okay.
And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave you a catch can, and we can if you want to do a couple zones while I'm here, we can. Okay. But I'm going to get my infrared camera out, and I'm going to show you where all the hot spots are in your yard.
Okay.
Now, it doesn't measure moisture, but it measures heat.
Okay.
And the areas that are the most moist are going to be cooler.
Okay.
Okay, so 1 second, let me get that.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I couldn't read it. This is
Hi.
the lawn guy. This is my neighbor.
Hi.
Actually, I told you about him. I told them about you.
Oh, good.
And they have a discount program, and I meant to send you the link on that. Anyway, he's out here trying to take a look at some of these problems I'm having in the yard. So. Oh, Lord.
I like this walkway. How new is this walkway?
It's been 3 or 4 years.
Years old, okay.
I'll just show you. These are some of the areas.
Mm-hmm. The other day I went to a house, and when I did this, it hit bottom and there was a bunch of rock under there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You're deep enough where even if there's a rock, I think that's not what's causing it. But we'll try it in a different spot.
Okay.
There's a lot of rock under there.
Wow.
Yeah, that could be a problem. And I would dig up this area. You know, that could be a sprinkler line, but that also can't be.
Yeah. I
right?
Gotcha. Yeah.
You know, I'm hitting something under. Yeah. So there's something under there. Whoever put it in, just the leftovers went and buried.
Because it's not on that side.
Yeah, they didn't bury. Let's see if it's over here. Nope.
Let me show you this. Here is dead. Then this is like that. And then here's some more patches of this.
Yeah, that's a lot of just drought stress, and then heat coming off the brick. Let's get back over here. Yeah, see, come right here. So this is measuring heat, and all the areas that you're having trouble with are not getting water.
Huh.
See that? And you go out into this. See this area here?
Yeah.
All these areas out here. That's where you're getting good coverage with your sprinkler system. And all the areas that are bad.
Okay. Come out here.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
It takes a minute to adjust, but if we just go.
Okay, but see some of these other areas.
You're in full sun right there.
Oh, okay.
We're in the shade, so there's gonna be a difference.
Okay.
So that's hotter over there, but these areas here, I'm gonna guess aren't getting water. So we get into the heat of the summer, our sprinkler systems really show the imperfection, and they're trying to put a round peg into a square hole sometimes. Right. You get areas like this, and what we can do is we can turn it on and measure how much you're getting or see if it's covering. And I brought a catch can with me to be able to see how much you're getting. But just with the infrared and all the bad areas are just not getting water.
Yeah. So do you think that over there?
Yep.
The same?
Yeah, so it could be a combination of things. Now, to water that little corner right there, there's no way a sprinkler heads can cover that without getting in your pool. You know what I mean? So there's gonna be areas that you'd have to hand water June through September. You know, get out once a week and go out and hand water these trouble spots is about the only way you're gonna get past having these spots. Sometimes you can get heat that radiates off the house and then causes problems along the edge right there.
This looks like lawn people sprayed something on there to kill that grass so they wouldn't have to mow up close to the house.
When I was mowing, I did fence lines like out when I had rural properties, but along a house, I wouldn't do that. I think it's just coming off the brick or...
And the grass is starting to grow, you know, the other grass.
Yeah.
Like, so you can't tell it as much now because...
Well, I can tell you partly what it is. It's one is the heat coming off your house, and they just, whoever weed eated last or sometime in the past, weed eated it a lot shorter than the height of the cut. So this is typical. Mowing crews will weed eat real low around like trees and stuff. And partially, so this was, you know, mowed shorter, and then you're getting some reflection off the house too. Because you're not getting the same reflection off this fence, and the rest is fine. Some of this could be pet damage.
People tell me it's pet damage, and I used to have 7 dogs. I did pet rescue, but 3 of them would come out here. The rest of them, and that's one reason why we had the fence, was to keep them separated. Now I only have 1 dog. It's a Yorkie, and he hardly ever even comes outside. I have pads for him in the house that he uses. So, I mean, I've been watching this all summer long, and I can't...
You want to hit it with the infrared?
Yeah.
Okay. So I went fishing, I think it was last Friday or the Friday before, okay? Do you know where Benbrook Lake is?
No, I've heard of it, though.
Okay. Well, there's a lake in Benbrook. It's a fairly large lake. And we were fishing about, it was probably like 9 o'clock in the morning. And I saw this, we saw something from here to the back fence over there in the water. Right? We're like, oh, what is that? It's like a buoy or something. And we go up to it, and we're in the middle of the lake. And it's a dog swimming in the middle of the lake.
Oh my
We're like,
gosh.
what? It's like, pretty big dog. She's 60 pounds. And we're like, what in the world? And she had been out there for about 45 minutes or so. And we weren't even paying, we didn't know it was a dog from where we were. And so we go up to it, and then we're like, you know, and anyway, I pull it out of the water, and yeah, and anyway, my son adopted it, so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible. Yeah. Well, it's definitely not getting... Well, my water bill was over $300 last month, so there's enough water being put out. It's just not getting down to where it needs to be. So even if we put out more water,
you need more water in the select areas. I think the rest of your lawn looks really good.
No, I do too. I mean, I'm really.
And that's a mole.
That's a mole.
Probably, yeah.
Well, how do you stop that?
I'm actually going to do a mole job after I leave here. What we do is we bait them, put a bait out, and then we put a deterrent out. Once we get rid of them, and then it keeps them out.
So that's just one mow?
Yep. So what happens when you mow your grass this tall is when you lay it over, see all the brown? I mean, that is a lot. So if you only cut off that little bitty part, you're going to be left with brown, right? And then it just starts laying over, and then you get all these clippings that accumulate in this area and cause you a thatch and build up problem. Start shading out the grass, blocking water. But my guess is I would want to make sure that your heads are pulling over the grass, because you're probably at somewhere, let's see, kind of want to get a measurement.
How tall do you
How
think that
tall?
grass is? Yeah.
No. So that's somewhere in the 3-inch range.
And it should be what?
How it should be, 1.5 inches.
See, to me, that
But you
sounds
can't-
like scalping.
Bermuda grass, you know the fairways at the golf course?
Yeah.
They maintain those at the inch or lower.
Wow.
And the way they are able to pull that off, they pull that off by mowing every other day or they use a plant growth regulator, which regulates the top growth, and so they can get away with mowing a little less often.
Yeah.
You could slow down your top growth by applying that, but you're in a tough spot because, you know, in the front yard you have the bald cypress, and you have to be you're at the lowest setting, and you're over 3 inches tall in the front. There's nothing you can do unless you take your bald cypress, and that's not really an option.
Okay, well, then I guess what I need to do is to hand water all of these areas. Maybe get my sprinkler guy out here again too.
Yeah, whatever day you mow. Let's say it's Wednesday. I don't know. It doesn't matter. So have them come out on a Tuesday. So you're 6 days from having mowed. And so look at the sprinkler system then to make sure it's covering, assuming you mow every 7 days.
Yeah.
That way, you know, if you come out on the day you mow, that's not going to be a real telltale sign of your sprinklers covering or clearing the grass.
Right.
So here's the challenge with the sprinkler system and the company. If the head is popping up and spraying as the head is intended, that passes, right? But putting a square peg into a round hole, there's not a sprinkler that can cover this area.
Right.
Unless it's back here and it's, you know,
One right there.
yeah, and that one sure doesn't hit here.
No, I doubt it.
You know? So this area is going to be...
There's one right here.
Yeah, but there's a light that's blocking the...
So that definitely is not coming over here.
Yeah.
I just wonder though, all of this is so green. So what's keeping that green?
Probably water. Yeah, just get you a water hose that you can water these areas by hand, because your sprinkler probably just isn't going to cover them.
Yeah. Okay, well, and all this over here, I mean...
Looks good. I see weeding too short along fence lines more than I see anything, because they weeded it down to the ground.
Yeah.
Instead of weeding it level to the lawn.
Right.
It's down to the ground, and that just can kill the grass sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, see this along this area, there's two things. Mainly it's a lot of drainage, and they're weeding it really close to the ground. You can see this algae that's all dried up. This algae, this is an indicator of shade and poor airflow. And so you're not ever going to be able to grow grass here. Now that you might get into some years where June through September, you control the rain and you start to see it move this way. But as soon as you start getting puddling here again, it's going to start receding back.
Yeah, well, that don't make sense.
And then, you know, this could be just from the irrigation, right? Because this goes downhill, and whatever water you get ends up right here. Yeah.
And then I got mushrooms. I mean, I only see one now, but I had a lot of mushrooms along this side and then over on the other side of it.
Yeah, mushrooms aren't harmful. For the most part, they're not harmful. They're just something underground decomposing. Okay.
I know the grass is going to start going dormant. And that's why I wanted to see if I could get you out here really quick, because I was afraid they mow. You see, they do one row along here that's closer to the house. The grass is cut shorter, and then this out here is not.
It's just because the ground isn't level. That's all it is. They're not changing the mow height there. Just the ground isn't level.
Okay. Okay. There's my little doggy.
Yeah.
The one and only.
Yeah, we have 2 dogs, and we just got a new cat a couple months ago.
Oh, really? Did it find you, or
Yeah, my wife has some friends, and they're like, "Hey, this cat is it's hanging around. I don't know. It's really young, and if you can't find a place for the cat, you know, call me or whatever." And then so some time went by, and then I guess my wife just went up there and got the cat. She couldn't take it any longer.
Well, she was probably communicating with them, and you just didn't know.
Yeah.
Well, that's how I got 7 dogs.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, I do a lot of pet rescue, but not to keep the dogs, you know, to find the owner or whatever.
Yeah, that dog that we rescued out of the Benbrook Lake is she's totally spoiled now. So if that
yeah, that's
warms
awesome.
your heart at all. You want this shut?
Yeah.
So stay tuned to the channel. Please subscribe.